Hey there, I heard you were having trouble sleeping tonight. It's okay, sometimes sleep just doesn't come easy, right? You're not alone in this. Why don't I sit here with you for a while? Just relax. Close your eyes, or keep them open if that feels better. I'm right here, and I'll stay for as long as you need. I brought you a cup of warm chamomile tea. Here, take a sip. It's soothing, isn't it? Let the warmth spread through you like a soft hug from the inside. Feel it easing your tension, melting away any worries. Let's take a few deep breaths together, okay? In through the nose, hold it, and out through the mouth. Good. One more time. In and out. That's better, isn't it? You know, I was thinking that sometimes a good story can help when sleep feels far away. Something to distract the mind, something comforting, or maybe something a little thrilling. What do you think? A ghost story, perhaps? Don't worry, I'll keep it gentle. Nothing too scary. Just a story to pass the time until you feel sleepy. Sound good? All right, let's begin. This story takes place in a small village tucked away in the misty hills. The kind of village where everyone knows everyone, and the air always smells like pine and rain. In the heart of this village stood an old stone inn. The Ivy Gate Inn, they called it. It was a charming place, with creaky wooden floors, a roaring fireplace in the lobby, and ivy curling around the stone walls. But what made the Ivy Gate Inn special was its history and its resident ghost. The ghost was said to be that of a woman named Eleanor. She had lived in the inn centuries ago, back when it was still a family estate. Eleanor was known for her kindness, her laugh that could light up a room, and her love of music. She would play the piano in the grand hall every evening, filling the house with melodies that made the heart ache with beauty. But Eleanor's story took a tragic turn. One stormy night, a fire broke out in the estate. The flames spread quickly, consuming everything in their path. Eleanor had been upstairs, asleep in her room, when the fire began. The villagers rushed to save the house, but the fire was too fierce. Eleanor never made it out. The estate was reduced to ashes, and with it, the bright, laughing spirit of Eleanor. Or so they thought. Years later, when the estate was rebuilt as the Ivy Gate Inn, strange things began to happen. Guests would hear the faint sound of piano music late at night, though no one was playing. Sometimes, they would see fleeting shadows in the corners of their eyes or feel a gentle hand on their shoulder when no one was there. The villagers said it was Eleanor, still tied to the place she had loved so much. For the most part, Eleanor's presence was comforting. She seemed to watch over the inn and its guests like a guardian. But there was one room where her spirit was said to be more restless, room 13. Guests who stayed in room 13 often reported vivid dreams of fire and smoke, of a woman's voice calling out for help. Some even claimed to wake up to find the room filled with the scent of burning wood. One day, a young writer named Thomas came to stay at the inn. He was looking for inspiration for his next novel and had heard of the inn's ghostly tales. Intrigued, he specifically requested room 13. The innkeeper, a kind but serious man named Mr. Hargrove, hesitated. "Are you sure?" he asked. "Room 13 has a history." But Thomas was insistent. "I'm a writer," he said with a grin. "I thrive on history." The first night in room 13 was uneventful. Thomas spent the evening writing by the window, the sound of rain pattering against the glass. But as the clock struck midnight, he heard it, faint piano music drifting through the halls. It was hauntingly beautiful, each note filled with longing. Curious, Thomas left his room to follow the sound. He found himself in the grand hall where an old piano stood. The room was empty, the piano untouched, yet the music continued. Thomas felt a chill run down his spine. "Eleanor," he whispered. The music stopped abruptly, leaving the hall in heavy silence. Thomas waited, but nothing more happened. Shaking his head, he returned to his room, convinced it was his imagination. The next night, however, things became stranger. As Thomas drifted off to sleep, he dreamed of fire. He saw flames licking the walls, heard the crackling of burning wood, and a woman's voice crying out, "Help me." Startled, he woke up to find his room icy cold. The scent of smoke lingered in the air. This time, he knew it wasn't just a dream. Thomas decided to dig deeper into Eleanor's story. He spoke to Mr. Hargrove, who reluctantly shared what he knew. "Eleanor's spirit is tied to this place," the innkeeper explained. "She's harmless, but room 13 was her room. The fire started there. Perhaps she's trying to tell us something." Thomas spent the next few days researching Eleanor's life, piecing together fragments of her story. He learned that the fire had started under mysterious circumstances, and some villagers had always suspected foul play. Determined to uncover the truth, Thomas began to spend his nights in the grand hall, waiting for Eleanor's ghost to appear. One evening, as he sat by the piano, he felt a sudden chill. The air seemed to hum with energy. Slowly, a figure began to materialize, a woman in a flowing dress, her face sad but serene. "Eleanor?" Thomas asked softly. The ghost nodded, her eyes filled with an unspoken plea. Eleanor's ghost led Thomas to a hidden compartment in the piano bench. Inside, he found a scorched journal, its pages filled with Eleanor's handwriting. The journal revealed that she had discovered a plot by a jealous suitor to set the estate ablaze. She had tried to stop him but had been trapped in her room when the fire began. Armed with this knowledge, Thomas wrote an article exposing the truth about Eleanor's death. The villagers, moved by her story, held a ceremony to honor her memory. As they lit candles in the grand hall, the piano played one last, haunting melody. The ghost was never seen again, but the ivy gate inn remained a place of warmth and mystery, a testament to Eleanor's enduring spirit. What do you think? Did that help distract your mind a little? You're looking a bit more relaxed now. Maybe even a little sleepy. That's good. Wait, did you hear that? Just now? It sounded like piano music. No, I'm serious. Listen. There it is again, faint but unmistakable. I think it's coming from the other room. Should we check it out? No, don't worry. I'm sure it's nothing. Probably just the wind. But just to be sure, let's take a quick look.
As you and your friend move through the house, the sound grows clearer. It's the same haunting melody described in the story. Your heart starts to race, a mix of fear and excitement. In the living room, an old keyboard sits untouched. Yet the keys are moving on their own, playing the eerie tune. Suddenly, the air grows cold, and you see it, a faint glowing figure in the corner of the room. It's a woman in a flowing dress, her face both sad and serene. She looks at you, her eyes filled with an unspoken plea. "Eleanor," your friend whispers, their voice trembling. The ghost nods, then slowly fades away, leaving behind only the soft scent of smoke and the faint echo of her melody. You and your friend sit in stunned silence, the reality of what just happened sinking in. Eventually, the night grows quiet once more, and a sense of calm washes over you. Somehow, the encounter feels less frightening and more like a reminder of the stories that connect us all, past and present, seen and unseen. As you settle back into bed, the warmth of your friend's presence beside you, sleep finally begins to claim you. And in the quiet of the night, you dream of haunting melodies, flickering flames, and the enduring spirit of a woman who refused to be forgotten.